This video we're going to explore the match function. So I have the actual formula entered as text over here so you can see what we're going to be doing. In this first example, I want to use the match to find the correct row when quarter is entered. So that whatever number I put here, it's going to find the right quarter. When I use the match, let's go ahead and get started. The lookup value is whatever I type in B10. Now, lookup array, it is a single column array. And I click and drag, so whatever number I type, it'll return that correctly. Now the type match, it's less than whatever exact match or greater than. We want an exact match, so we pick 0 and I tab, and then I'm finished with that particular. So let's say I want quarter 3, and row 3, see, it's not really row number 4, it's row 3 in my grid here. Now, the next example, the match function to find the correct column. So I want to be able to, whatever I type here, sales, commissions, rent, whatever I type, whatever label, notice I got a data validation here, I want it to find the correct column. So again, we'll start with equal match. My lookup value is whatever I type in B11. My single array would be up here, A1 to G1, comma, and just like before, we want an exact match, so I select it, press the tab key, and enter. So when I say sales, that's column 2 in my table. If I come over here and I select profit before taxes, it's column 5. The match function by itself isn't very meaningful, but when you combine it with the index function, which we haven't done yet, and the VLOOKUP, it's awesome. So let's look at the VLOOKUP. In this old way we used to do taxes, we would do our adjusted gross income, and we'd say, are we filing single, married filing separately? Let's say we're married filing jointly. If we look at our table, this is column 1, number 2, number 3. We would like to dynamically figure out that that's column number 3 in our VLOOKUP. So let's practice with match. How can we get that? Well, in this example, our match is whatever we type here. Our single row array would be this right here, and we want an exact match. So it should return column number 3. So let's do our VLOOKUP as an example. Let's type in, let's say we earned adjusted gross income $120,175. So the tax, so we'll do equal VLOOKUP, and since our leftmost column is adjusted gross income, that's my lookup value. The table array is, so I'm going to start here at A7, shift in down, end right arrow. So that I had already named it tax table. Now the column number is, I've done it right here. I'm just going to refer to E2, whatever the value is E2. In fact, when we get done, we're going to copy the formula in E2 and replace it here. So instead of putting 3 and hard coding it, we're not. Now this time we're doing an approximate match. We're not doing an exact match because we're doing a tax table. So I'll press enter. Let's see if it did right. So 23,175 is greater than that one, and it's not greater than that one, so it bounces back up to row 11. So row 11 is our row, and we said column number 3 of our table. 1, 2, 3. That worked. Now let's change that. Let's say we were single. It changed it. Let's see, right here. That's pretty dynamic. So a lot of times I make sure it's working here. I copy, so I've got that selected, copy, push the escape key, come down to my VLOOKUP formula. Instead of pointing to E2, now I can paste the match. I just need to get rid of that equal sign. And now I have a match embedded in my VLOOKUP. You're going to see that quite a bit for the third argument of your VLOOKUP or your third argument on your HLOOKUP. And check that in. So that's one way that we use the match. We usually don't use the match function by itself. We use it in conjunction with the VLOOKUP or the HLOOKUP and the index.